Call the meeting to order. This is
Yep.
an open public meeting via Zoom. It has been so advertised. And with that, I'll ask Mrs. Coleman to call the roll.
Mrs. Butchko,
Here.
Mrs. Falpel,
Here.
Mr. Fink,
Here.
Mrs. Marmion,
Here.
Mr. Schaefer,
Here.
Mr. Tavy, Mrs. Castle,
Here.
Mr. Stotts.
Here.
Okay,
Okay, there is no executive session, future dates. There's nothing going on. And we go to paragraph 5, approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Well, the last 3 meetings, I guess. No, wait a minute. What's that say?
the last 2 meetings, Mr. Stotts,
What am I looking at here on this side? On the
July
right-
27th and August 25th.
Oh, they're the important dates.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
getting
I'm
ahead of
sorry.
me. You skipped me altogether.
I skipped you?
Yeah,
Oh, on
section
the
3.
important dates?
No.
You'll get
Oh,
your
yeah,
chance.
we had a presentation. Scott, the superintendent, has a presentation.
Oh, son of a gun, there is. Okay, well, let's go back to paragraph 3 to the presentation. Scott, you got anything to tell us?
This will be very short. I just want to let everybody know, so we have a minor change to the school calendar. That does not require board action, but November 3rd is election day. And several weeks ago, the governor issued a statement or whatever, issued something, an executive order, I guess, that closed all school buildings on election day. It does not mean we can't have school as we know it now, but we just can't have students in the building. So assuming that we are in the hybrid model by election day, what we did was just switch Tuesday, make Tuesday the remote day, and Wednesday would be the day the students are coming in instead. So that week happens to be the NJEA convention week, so it's only a 3-day week to begin with. So Monday will be the blue team, Tuesday will be all remote, Wednesday will be the gold team. And then the other thing I can bring you up to date on is some of the construction stuff. We are really at the stage right now of balancing. So all of the HVAC installation and electric and all that, startups, they're all done. Now we get to the point of balancing, which is can be a little bit of a time-consuming process, but that's really what just kind of optimizes the system. The windows are complete. The roof, a couple areas of the roof, new words I've learned like scuppers, though a couple of those need to be done. But pretty much that's well on its way to being just finished. Security vestibule is in place. Electricians have been around and they've been kind of following everybody else as they've done their work. So all the electrical panels are pretty much done. So we are, with the exception of balancing, we're really down to the punch list items, which are, just the small items that get overlooked in a relatively large construction project. So Al has a page full of punch list items. I'm sure that the architect, when they walk through the building with the plans, will come up with additional items, and then we'll go from there. So all in all, given that we've done this project in the midst of a pandemic where everything under the sun has been delayed, we didn't do perfect, but we didn't do too bad either. So,
Yeah, I think we did pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
The pandemic might have helped us there, getting the kids out of the school so everybody can work.
right.
Good.
That's it. Just wanted to bring you up to date on that.
Okay, anybody have any questions on that? Okay, now we're going to go to future dates, and there are 3 of them. Virtual back to school night, staff learning and Board of Education meeting at 6:30 on October 20th, which I'm sure you're all on with bated breath. Maybe by the 20th, I think maybe we could have an in-person meeting.
Next week in Collingswood, we're actually going to try an in-person meeting with no audience. We'll still do it on Zoom, but we'll all be there. So let's see how that goes, and then we'll decide how to move forward from there. But I think that in the library, we can certainly space ourselves out.
Okay, good. Okay, now we'll go to paragraph 5, which is approval of the minutes of August 25th. Is there a motion to do so? Oh, I'm sorry, and July 27th also. I'm doing really well tonight, aren't I?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Are there any questions on either of those? Corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Public comment. This is our first public comment section. As usual, this is for agenda items only. Same rules. Please give us your name and address and try and keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. And again, there'll be a second session later in the agenda to discuss anything else that might be on your mind. But does anyone have anything to bring to the board on agenda items? No, we don't have anybody on that I can't see. Do we, Scott?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so much for public comment. We'll go to the superintendent's report. You're back on, Scott.
Okay, so there's not a lot in the September report because we will report at the end of the month, so there'll be more here in October. So there's really nothing to report here except a mandatory nutrition program procurement policy, which sounds exciting if you want to take a read on that, and that's a revised policy.
Okay, thank you, sir. And moving right along, committee of the whole. Is there a motion to go into a committee of the whole?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Todd. Okay, we're now in a committee of the whole. Does anybody have anything that they want to talk about as a committee of the whole? Construction, superintendent.
I do. Where do we stand with our Chromebooks that we've been waiting on? Any word?
No, I don't have any update on that. We are not really expecting them until November, so anything we get sooner would be a plus, but the latest information we have is November. We have checked into, I do get emails relatively regularly from people that claim to have Chromebooks in stock. I will forward them over to the tech office. They will check on them within seconds, and usually the response we get back is, thank you so much for checking on these. They'll be available by the first week in November. So everyone has a little different definition of immediate availability, and all the emails say we have immediate availability, and immediate availability so far to date has met the beginning of November.
What are we doing in the meantime?
Right now we have Chromebooks that, we have the older Chromebooks that are out in the community. You know, kids have Chromebooks. They're just not the new ones.
Okay, but everybody has one.
The people who need one should have one. Yep.
Okay. All right, how about, do we have complaints, comments, criticism, attaboys from parents on the way the school's running so far?
In Oaklyn, I don't know, Jen's on. I have not heard a lot in Oaklyn. Ms. Bolden, have you heard any? You're muted. Have you heard anything? I've gotten a couple, when I asked for pictures last week, a bunch of people sent pictures and they seemed pleased. I mean, they weren't accolades. They were just, you guys are doing a good job, but Jen would probably hear before I would.
Well, I hit a button and something strange happened, so I lost all of you. I don't know why. That's never happened before. But we've had, are you talking about how it's going with the virtual learning so far,
Yeah.
Mr. Stoltz?
Yes.
I actually, on the very first day of school, which was amazing, it was pretty cool, 2 parents emailed me from 2 different classrooms saying how impressed they were with how the teachers were able to keep the young ones online for that full hour and a half and keep their attention. So I walk down the hallway, everybody's online, they're chatting with the kids, they're building relationships, making connections. It's been pretty smooth so far. I haven't had any complaints.
Amazing. That's good. I'm really glad to hear that. How about the last couple of days you haven't needed air conditioning, but are the teachers happy with the temperature in the building now?
Well, it's been pretty cool in there since we started. Some rooms are just colder than others. Some rooms were hotter than others, but it's just every day it's a little different with depending on what area they're working on.
Yeah, well, that's the balancing stuff that they're trying to do.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, anybody have anything else for the committee of the whole?
Just a quick question for Beth Ann, I guess. For school boards, I believe they're going virtual in October. Are all the registration stuff is the same as usual, or?
Yes, I'm going to check with my secretary. Did you guys want me to just sign the whole board up like we've done in the past? And then you guys can log on and do whatever classes you want? All right. Yeah, we'll get that done. I'm not quite sure what this, I tried to see what the schedule was as far as classes. But no, yeah, it's all going to be online. So I think you could do it. I think it's still going to be during the same timeline during the day, but everything's going to be online.
Okay, are they giving us a break on the cost?
Probably not, knowing school boards.
Wonderful. Okay.
I have a question. Just want to talk about upcoming elections. We have 2 openings for school board members, is that right?
Yes.
So maybe just brainstorming on potential write-in candidates.
Yes, are you listening, Bob?
Yeah, I'm waving my hand. Me.
Okay, yes, that's it. With a, generally speaking, with a write-in campaign, it doesn't take a lot of votes to get elected. So do whatever you can to get your name out there and have everybody trudge out. Well, whatever they're going to do, they're either going to vote by mail or vote in person. I'm not sure what the heck they're doing right now, to tell you the truth. But it won't take a lot of people to put your name in to get it right. You have an easy name to spell, so that's not bad either.
It's not very difficult.
So Bob, you're still interested then?
Yeah, what happened was I missed the deadline for
Okay.
in the petition. It was during the COVID-19 meeting. It was because it was so long, I kind of drifted off, and I looked up the requirements, and I realized it was like an hour ago.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, is there a motion to come out of committee of the whole?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, we're out. We'll go to the liaison reports. Denise, do you have anything from PTA yet?
PTA has not met since our last meeting, so I'll just update you that the next meeting is on Tuesday, October 6th. And that's all I have. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. How about OMASAC? Jen, you got anything there?
Unfortunately, I do not. I have nothing to report at this time.
Okay. Collingswood board, there's not much going on at the moment other than the fact they had somebody resign. I don't know, that they're starting to work on that. I don't know whether this is finalized, but they're trying to set up a committee to get the ball rolling and finding a new superintendent. Beth Ann, maybe you can help me with this. It's supposed to be the president and vice president of Collingswood, the president of Oaklyn, and the committee chairs for the personnel committee of each. Is that correct?
It is president, vice president of Collingswood, president of Oaklyn, I think the chair of personnel in Collingswood, and then I think one other chairperson in Collingswood. It's 5 people.
Okay.
And we're going to meet next Wednesday to interview consultants
Okay.
on Zoom.
I'm sorry. What was that?
We're going to meet next Wednesday night on Zoom to interview consultants.
Yeah, no, I heard that. I thought somebody said something after that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay. The Oaklyn Educational Foundation.
I'm sorry. Can we go back? What are the consultants for?
I'm sorry. Say that again, Jen.
Beth Ann said you guys are meeting next week to interview consultants. And what is their role
is to do the superintendent search. These people are former superintendents with years of experience in education and superintendencies, so they'll actually take over for Fiona and I with weeding through all of this, and they will set up the criteria on how to go through the applicants and their, bring names to the board for interviewing and so forth. So
And
they'll
does this
kind of take
cost
it out.
anything?
It will cost something, yeah.
Okay, will Oaklyn be responsible for a certain portion of that?
No,
No, okay.
no, the superintendent is a Collingswood employee. You purchase the services, so it'll be a Collingswood expense.
Okay, thank you.
Good news for change, huh? Okay. Okay, Therese, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So
Therese.
the Oaklyn Education Foundation met via Zoom on September 1st, and the major order of business was to talk about Dr. Oswald's suggestion request to raise funds for the Student Technology Fund for both Collingswood and Oaklyn districts. Our wonderful members created a website very quickly, which was posted on social media. And then when Dr. Oswald sent out an email with it, we really went through the roof with some donations. We're currently at $5,393 from 77 donors, with a goal of $25,000. So we're hopeful with continued publicizing of this and on social media and the like, we'll get closer to that goal. And we don't have
That's amazing. That's really great. That's good.
Yeah, 2 weeks, I guess. We raised
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and Collingswood is donating to the Oaklyn Educational Foundation, which might raise a few questions for them, but it's because we have a foundation, they don't. So it's tax deductible if they donate to Oaklyn.
Right.
But it's not for Oaklyn, it's for the.
It's not exclusive. Yeah, it helps. It's for kids across both districts.
Right. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
No. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. The business administrator's report. Beth Ann.
This evening, I'm seeking approval. I've got your August 2020 monthly transfers, your secretary treasurer's reports, cash reports, as well as a list of the September purchase orders, and as usual, the warrants also. So items 10.01 through 10.05 are your normal monthly items that are up to date.
Wait a minute. I've got 10.01 through 10.04.
Okay, 4.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, my page cut off.
Okay. I'm having that kind of a night too, so I don't feel bad at all.
I was probably looking at the next section, so don't worry about it.
All righty. Next section is finance facilities and shared services. Jen, you're on.
I'm seriously aging myself. I cannot read this at all. I can't. I mean, I know we have our approval of transfers. I can't read it. I'm sorry.
You want me to do it? I can do the report.
Can't see it.
I can do the report if you want.
Can you make it big, the font bigger? I really can't see. It's too small.
I cannot make the font.
I'll just do it. I'll do the report, okay. Jen. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. I can't see.
It's okay. Items 11.01 through 11.06 are the normal monthly approvals that I just spoke about. Item 11.07 is an addendum to the rental agreement that Collingswood and Oaklyn have, where Collingswood rents space. And that agreement, in the first agreement, last year was the first year, we had I think it was section 4, that if after review each year, if there was a difference in the space, either more or less, that via an addendum, the agreement would be modified. We're renting one less classroom from Oaklyn in this school year, so we reduced the square footage by 950 square feet. And the way the rental agreement is, it's an amount per square foot. So the rental agreement is being amended, and it's at $39,000. Last year was like $43,000. So that's just the addendum to make sure that everything's in order. Item 11.08 represents your budget calendar that, believe it or not, next month I start working on your budgets again. So that is your budget calendar. 11.09, Gloucester County Special Services. And it's approving CRESS. It's for teacher of the deaf services for a special ed child that we have placed there. And that is it. So items 11.01 through 11.09.
Alrighty. Thank you, ma'am. Is there a motion to approve those items? Please.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Are there any questions on any of those items? On a roll call.
Mrs. Butchko,
Yes.
Mrs. Falpel,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mrs. Marmion,
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer,
Yes.
Mr. Tavy,
Yes.
Mrs. Castle,
Yes, thank you for making the font bigger, Dr. Oswald.
Quite welcome.
Mr. Stotts.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go to, there we go. Paragraph 12. That's, I'm sorry, Denise, you're up.
All right, there are no field trips at this time. It's 12.01. 12.02 is to approve the substitutes that are listed below. 12.03, there are no travel expenses at this time. And that's it.
Good report. Is there a motion to approve items 12.01 and 12.02?
So moved.
Actually, shouldn't we be approving 12.03 also?
No, there's nothing there.
Oh, okay. All right, 12.01 and 12.02, there was a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, on a roll call, please.
Mrs. Butchko,
Yes.
Mrs. Falpel,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mrs. Marmion,
Yes.
Mr. Schaefer,
Yes.
Mr. Tavy,
Yes.
Mrs. Castle,
Yes.
Mr. Stotts.
Yes. Okay, paragraph 13, HIB reports, Dr. Oswald.
Nothing.
None, there are none at this time, so there's nothing to do there.
Okay, we're then to paragraph 14, which is our second public discussion period. Same rules. Please give us your name and address. Keep your comments to 5 minutes, but you can talk about anything you'd like to talk about relating to the schools. No, nothing, huh?
Nothing here.
Great. Okay, we'll then move on to adjournment. Is there anybody who wants to adjourn?
So moved.
I guess not.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, meeting's adjourned.